Okay, good afternoon everybody and welcome to this media conference with Jordan Pickford. As ever, we'll take a fair balance of questions from those in the room and also those joining us on Zoom, and we'll start with Jess Creighton from Sky Sports News.
Congratulations on the win against Germany, Jordan. You made some crucial saves, not just in that match, but throughout this tournament so far. How would you personally rate your performance?
Yeah, it was a good game, and for me it was a good game. I was in the moment, and I've got to be in the moment for England, and I felt I was there and making the saves when I've got to, and train hard all week with Marge and the other keepers, and to make them saves on match days pleasing. So yeah, for me it was an all-round performance.
What do you mean when you say you have to stay in the moment?
Yeah, you just got to be ready, concentration levels have got to be high, and I've just got to be 100% all the way through the game. Sometimes you don't have too much to do. 2 or 3 saves against Germany, a couple of crosses, bit of distribution, but I've got to be concentrated throughout the match.
Is that something that you've worked on particularly, concentration levels?
No, not really. I just fully focus, and just being ready always, and I'm feeling good.
Still not conceded a goal. The only goalkeeper in the tournament not to have conceded, I think. How important is that stat to you personally?
Yeah, for me it's very good, and it's really nice, but it's not just me, it's a full 11, and everyone's working hard to keep them clean sheets because, tournament football, clean sheets are key, and to just give us a basis of keeping clean sheets will keep us progressing and give the lads up front the opportunity to go and score goals.
Gareth Southgate has shown a lot of faith in you over the years. What's your relationship like with him?
Yeah, it's good. 21s was my first. I remember 21s, he was my manager until he got the job with the seniors, and I always remember, I think it was under 17 Euros in Serbia. I think he was part of the FA then, and I remember him coming to the semi-final against Holland. So I think he's seen a lot of us through the years with going through the age groups, and I think that's a great thing for England, the pathway for us. Everyone's played the youth team for England to get that pathway through the seniors.
There's no denying you've been brilliant in this tournament, but there has been criticism of you before you came to this tournament. Even Gary Neville, someone who's quite high profile still, has tweeted that he's been critical of you when you were playing for Everton, but actually you've been England's standout performer so far in England. How aware are you of the criticism, and does it affect your performance?
Yeah, I think you're always up for criticism when you're an England player and when you're a professional footballer, really. And it's about just adapting yourself and maturing each day as a person and as a footballer, and becoming the best you can be, working hard off the pitch as well as on the pitch, and just getting the best out of yourself.
You use that word maturity. Quite a few people, I think, have noticed that you have changed perhaps off the pitch, and it's translated to your performances on the pitch. Do you feel like you've matured as a person on and off the pitch?
Yeah, definitely. Having a son definitely helps. That changes your life, and yeah, definitely. I feel I have changed. I'm 27 now, so playing a lot more football matches, and throughout your career, the numbers start adding up, and every day is a learning curve. You learn something new, and on the training pitch, being at home, something's always learning. So I think that's the biggest factor for me.
And just finally, how confident are you after beating Germany that you can go and follow that up with a win against Ukraine?
Yeah, beating Germany was a massive game for us as a nation, and massive game for us in the tournament football base. Then we just need to be on our A game come Saturday against Ukraine. We know it's going to be a tough game. Every game's tough, so we'll be ready for Ukraine on Saturday.
Good luck. Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Thanks Jess. Now we'll jump onto Zoom with a couple from James Savundra from TalkSport.
Jordan, how challenging is it to come down from such a big win against Germany and build yourself up again mentally and physically to reach those same levels for Ukraine on Saturday?
Yeah, it was a massive win and a massive moment for me. In my career, to be beating Germany at home at Wembley, so it was a great day, great experience. But at England, we have the best staff in the country at the jobs. We've got the best sports scientists, the best psychologists. So we have all that in place for us to give ourselves the best chance to be ready for Saturday.
I understand that Harry Kane gave quite an inspirational speech in a huddle before the match against Germany. Can you give us any insight into what was said and what he's like as a leader for England?
Yeah, it speaks for himself as a person. Harry, he's brilliant. He's a top lad. He leads on and off the pitch. He does everything properly, and he's great to look up to for us as players. And just a normal lad, but the inspiration, you know, for us when you first come into camps and stuff. He's such a nice lad that it just makes it so easy to fit in as a group if you're a new player coming into the group. And yeah, I can't really remember the speech before the game, but it was definitely got us fired up.
Thanks, James. We'll go back in the room to Ollie Foster from BBC.
Hi there, Jordan. We talked a lot about the history around that Germany fixture, and you've put a lot of that to bed, making your own history. But with these clean sheets, 4 in a row, haven't done that since 1966. We're talking about history again. Harry Maguire described you as magnificent, but like you said, you give a lot of credit to the guys in front of you as well. What is it about that defensive unit that seems to be working?
Yeah, I said in an interview the other day, it starts with Harry Kane up top. You know, the manager and Steve and the staff put out game plans for us to be ready, and for every hurdle we come across in the game, we need to be on our A game. If it's pressing, if we can't press, what's the next line? So we've got a lot of messages to take in, you know, as players, and when everyone's working together hard, there's no better feeling than keeping a clean sheet. But it's not just me, it's a full 11 and the lads who's coming off the bench as well. So it is a great team togetherness, really. And
it's a full 26 as well, because Sam and Aaron, they're all working, you know, every day towards making you and putting you in the best possible position going into matches.
Yeah, of course, you know, the GK union's great. And it is definitely, we work hard every day, you know, 100%. First volley in with Marge on a morning, you've got to be on your A game, you've got to be ready for it. There's no cutting corners. And yeah, we'll work hard, we'll share the load, and we'll get the best out of each other.
It's a tight turnaround now. You had the best part of a week to prepare for Germany. Really intense, and all that euphoria and atmosphere, and obviously the feel-good factor. You had to get your feet back on the ground very quickly coming back here, didn't you?
Yeah, tournament football. Yeah, it was nice after the group games to get a little extended break, but there's no better feeling playing football, you know, playing football matches on a regular basis. So the quick turnaround, we're ready for it, you know, we're recovered well, we're training again today, training well tomorrow, going into the game Saturday, so we're well prepared for that.
It's a different routine, you're getting on a plane, it's your first away game. You are going to miss those fans, aren't you?
Yeah, of course. We've got to create our own atmosphere then, come Saturday in Rome, which we're capable of doing. But the fans were tremendous the other night and throughout the group stages as well. So I think that gives us added motivation for the game Saturday to come back to a semi-final with 60,000 fans.
In the short period of time that you've had, what have you managed to do together as a group to look at Ukraine and their weaknesses and strengths?
Yeah, we watched the game, I think, on the way home the other night. So watched them against Sweden. Then we had a team meeting. We had a team meeting this morning and just going through their setup really.
And finally, for me, whenever this adventure ends, hopefully a week on Sunday, in a good way, you're going to have a new manager when you go back to Everton. Just your reaction to that? I know the Rafa Benitez speculation's been hanging in the air for a while, but you know he will be your new manager when you go back.
Yeah, of course. With Carlo going to Real Madrid, you know, it was hard for him to turn the job down. So we knew he was a new manager. And Rafa, the new manager, you've seen his career, the amount of trophies he's won, his desire to win matches every time. And had a phone call. He rang me last night, so it was nice to get to speak to him. And he said, "Enjoy the tournament, do well for England, and see you when I get back."
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Nice one. Thanks. Next, we'll go online to a question from Paul Hayward.
Hello, Jordan. Obviously, you're one of the sort of automatic starters in this team in a way, but it's a notoriously difficult team to pick. And I wonder whether, because there's so much talent in the squad and so many players fighting to get in the team, I just wondered whether the players felt almost a kind of bit of sympathy for the manager having to pick a team in those circumstances. And, you know, if I gave you a piece of paper, how long do you think it would take you to write down your starting 11?
Yeah, I think that's the great thing about us. All 26 of us are already prepared to play, you know, and I think it will give the manager a headache because of the ability we have in the squad and all the talent. But the training sessions we put on, everyone's given 100% all the time, and we're all ready to be called upon.
Thanks, Paul. Next to Dom Smith from englandfootball.org.
Hi, Jordan. Just a couple of questions from me, please. First of all, you haven't conceded for England since that Dries Mertens free kick for Belgium back in November. This is currently your longest run without having conceded for England. Do you feel that you're in as good form for England right now as you've ever been?
Yeah, I feel like I'm in good form and in a good place. So for me, it's just about being consistent and keeping them levels high and just keep performing for England, and keeping them clean sheets is always a bonus.
And I just want to touch on the Germany win as well. For you personally, where does that rank in terms of career highlights for you in an England shirt? Obviously, there was the Colombia penalty shootout win, which you were very involved in, your first tournament clean sheet against Sweden, the match against Switzerland in the Nations League, and then the Spain game where you were actually involved in a couple of the goals. So where does the Germany game rank? Yeah,
it's got to be a great memory for us, you know. Especially at Wembley with all the fans in and the atmosphere, you just got to take that in, you know. Them days, you know, games against Germany at home at Wembley in a major tournament, you don't get many of them, so you've got to enjoy the moment. But you know, it's a quick turnaround and focus on Ukraine. But I think when I look back at the end of my career, it'll be a good memory for me.
Thank you, Dom. Next we'll go to Murad Ahmed from the FT.
Congrats on the win, Jordan. Just wanted to ask about another teammate of yours, Raheem Sterling. He really appears to have become a key leader in the team, scoring goals, being vocal on wider societal things like racism and taking the knee. In the time that you've got to know him in the England team, how's he grown both on and off the pitch?
Yeah, I've known Raheem for a long time. You know, I think under 16s Victory Shield, me and Raheem were together in that squad, so I've known Raheem for years, and his career he's been outstanding, and he's just the same lad he was when he was 16, and he's just great to have around the place. He's vocal and he's lead on the pitch, you know, 4 goals now, so he's been brilliant.
Thanks, Murad. Next we'll go to Scott Wilson of the Northern Echo.
Hi, Jordan.
Hi,
Jordan, there's been quite a lot said about the kind of the atmosphere at Wembley the other night, but obviously those scenes are kind of being played out in pubs and beer gardens and goodness knows what else all around the country as well. I just wondered, to what extent have you had contact with kind of friends and family back home, and to what extent have you seen scenes in Newcastle or in Sunderland or whatever, and kind of know that the whole country's behind you, and you know, and it's not just the 40,000 at Wembley?
Yeah, I've seen on my Snapchats with some of my mates at the games and in the beer gardens and stuff, and it's just nice to see, you know, people enjoying themselves now with the pandemic, and with us performing well, it's giving them an extra buzz, and that's what you want. That's all you want to see, really. Luckily enough, I've had my family, my friends down to the games as well, so I've been lucky to see them at the games and supporting me on. So, but yeah, definitely, I've seen a few of my mates having a few drinks in the beer gardens.
Thanks, Scott. Next we go to Carrier Brown from Bein Sports.
Hello, Jordan.
Hi.
I know that you won't underestimate this side at all, because you've seen what a Yarmolenko left foot can do. Any surprise to you that he's contributed to goals as much as Shevchenko now in major competitions for this team?
Yeah, playing against him against West Ham with all his qualities, and I remember a few years ago when I was younger watching major tournament football, and he was playing for Ukraine, and you can see his quality there. So yeah, he's definitely a top player, and we've got to be aware of him, and he has got a decent left foot as well.
Shevchenko's changed formation quite a lot. Gareth Southgate was talking a lot about that week of preparation you had coming up to the last match. How much did that really solidify this group of players in this tournament into knowing what you can all achieve during a match?
Yeah, we've got to be ready for anything. You know, the manager puts the formation and the team out, and we're well prepared for that. And we work hard. We take a lot of information in to be the best we can be on the day.
And I'm just wondering, you talked about the goalkeepers union. Did you manage to speak to Manuel Neuer post-match? And have any other goalkeepers been contacting you about what you've been achieving, either senior or at your level?
Yeah, I said I'd ask him for his shirt after the end of the game, and managed to get that and get it signed. So it was nice for me, and it was great to play against him, you know, against Germany as well. So it was a nice moment for me to get his shirt, and I will be getting it framed.
What did he say?
He said well done, congratulations, all the best really. So yeah, it was nice, but obviously he would have been disappointed with the defeat, and so it was different emotions for both of us.
Thanks, Kerry. We'll go next to Mike McGrath from The Telegraph.
Hi, Jordan.
Hi, mate.
Can I just ask, as at the end of the games, Sweet Caroline seems to be the soundtrack of Wembley when you win. I was just asking what it's like when you see the families all grouped together singing like that, and also the singer of the song, Neil Diamond, he's now an England supporter, so I was just asking your reaction to that.
Yeah, it's a great song for starters. It's an unbelievable song, and you get to see it a lot at the boxing events, and you see the atmosphere there. So, and then you, like you say there, you see your families and friends bouncing off it at the end of the game after a performance. It gives you added motivation. You know, we want more of that, and it's nothing better than seeing your families enjoy themselves.
Thanks, Mike. Next we'll go to Pierre from L'Equipe.
Hello, Jordan.
Hi.
I just have a question about one of your teammates. Jack Grealish has a sort of special relationship with the England fan. Every time he enters a game, there is this European Championship. It's like Wembley seems to be crazy. And I was wondering, according to you, where does it come from? Is it because of the way he played, because of his personality?
Yeah, I heard that on. I heard that fans going crazy when he came on, and yeah, he's a very talented footballer, and his qualities, and not just Jack, but everyone who starts on the bench. You know, there's that much ability throughout the squad. But I think Jack's a fan favourite.
Thank you.
Thanks, Pierre. And we'll finish the live section with one from Matt Reed of Kick Magazine.
Hi, Jordan.
Hi, Matt.
Fantastic display so far. Really well done. Gareth is undeniably, I think no one's, I'm challenging this now, he's a master of preparation as far as the international football is concerned, and as far as getting this team ready. Have you seen the folder containing however many pages of prep for every single team and every single possibility going into this tournament? Can you describe it to us, and are there many secrets left? Because obviously the more we play, the better we play. Everyone knows more and more about us.
Yeah. I think we've got 4 analysis staff, if not more, so that they work really hard. You know, long hours every day, and big credit to them. You know, Obi and the team, and I think they give the best opportunity for the manager. You know, and for the detail the manager needs, and they put a lot of hours into it. So it's got to be a lot of hard work to them, and credit to them.
But are you conscious that the more you play and the better you play, the more attention comes onto you, that more will be known about the tactics, about the players, about their style?
Yeah, people do a lot of research into any team you play, you know, if it's at club or country. So we're always well prepared for that, you know, and it's about us performing and us being the better side on the night.
Thanks, Matt. Okay, that concludes the live section of this media conference. I want to have a short section which will be embargoed until 10:30 p.m. this evening, and we'll start that with Dom King from the Mail.
Hi, Jordan.
Hi, Dom.
You've got 4 clean sheets now. One more on Saturday. You'd surpassed Gordon Banks as the best England goalkeeper in history to have 5 clean sheets at the start of the tournament. So you've got that potential for personal history, but would you swap all that for, obviously, to go and win a medal?
Yeah, of course. That's it. You know.
I know you could just sort of expand on it, though. I mean, like, you know, why personal history wouldn't mean so. You know, isn't as important.
There'd be nothing better. Nothing better for me to win a medal with England. You know, personal stuff that takes care of itself, but to win a major trophy with England, be the pinnacle.
Thanks, Tom. We'll go to John Cross, the Mirror, next.
Hi, Jordan. I was just going to ask you. It's obviously been a difficult, challenging season for you. A season which, you know, has obviously had trials and tribulations in it. But you know, you're losing your place in the team at Everton. But you finished so well, and you're going into this tournament in, you know, some of the best form of your life, making remarkable saves. Has that whole experience the last, you know, 9 months or so made you a stronger character? You know, a bigger personality, and ultimately a better goalkeeper?
Yeah, you know, I think the personality was always there, and it was just about me applying myself every day, which I always do. You know, Robin came into the club at Everton last season to push me on, and there's always better when there's competition there for you, you know, and the more competition, the more you want to prove them wrong and get better and better. So for me, last season was great because we had Robin there. The manager, Carlo at the time, took me out of a couple of games to give me a rest and get recharged. And unfortunately, I had a couple of little niggles and injuries, so that gave us a little bit of added break, really, which I wasn't wanting or didn't want. But unfortunately, I had to do it. But I came back and I was flying, and I felt in a good place, and just carried that into the England setup.
Thanks, John. Next we'll go to Matt Dunn, The Express.
Hi, Jordan. Earlier you mentioned that becoming a father had changed you and changed your attitude to football a little bit. Arlo's only 2, he's not going to remember any of this. When he comes to look back on it through Google, through YouTube, through stuff that I suppose we've written, what do you want him to find written there, or what do you want him to see that will make him proud?
Hopefully the good bits, not the bad, but the yeah, definitely it's about creating memories. You know, he's been to one of the games, and he won't remember it, but just to have them photographs for when he grows up, to see he's been to watch his dad at Wembley, you know, it's just amazing for him and for me and Megan. It's a great feeling for us three, really, and a great memories to have for future.
Thanks, Matt. Next we'll go to Paul Brown, The Star.
Hi, John. How do you keep that team spirit that you have and stay friends with defenders that you're screaming at for 90 minutes? And when you're arguing about whether to go long or short at goal kicks, whose responsibility is it ultimately? Is it yours to make those decisions? And how do you make sure you make the right one?
Yeah, when I've got the ball, it's definitely my decision to make. Just as long as I'm making sure I'm making the right decision, we can argue it after. But no, just for us, it's about I can see the full pitch and I can see what's happening, and I just want to give that added information. The crowd's ridiculously loud, and it's hard to get me voice over to them, so I've got to scream a bit louder to try and get them to hear me. But yeah, you know, we're all striving for one thing, and all that. And if talking helps, you know, it gives us that added advantage.
Thanks, Paul. Next goes to Paul Joyce, The Times.
Hi, Jordan. You mentioned before that the FA had assembled the best sort of sports scientists and sports psychologists. Would you speak to the psychologist during this tournament? Is that part of what you do to stay at your optimum level?
No, Mitch is he's always available if you need to speak to him, and just a proper nice down to earth bloke, really. And we'll have some recovery sessions as a group with Mitch as well, some breathing sessions, and just getting in them nice breathing techniques. But yeah, definitely, if you need to see him, he's always available. But for me personally, I'm in a good place, and he's just there if you need him.
So were the breathing techniques things that you did as recovery after the Germany game to help with the turnaround?
Yeah, yeah, we did it yesterday. I think it was a video on the FA TV came out of us doing it. So, and if you need to do added sessions with Mitch, it's always available for us to do. And all the staff here, you know, always available for anything you need, any time of the day really. If it's treatments, Mitch, the staff, analysis staff, you know, they're all working extra hours for us to be at our peak.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
Nice little plug for FA TV. And next goes to Theo Squires from Liverpool Echo.
Little shout out.
Hi Jordan, I know you've touched on Rafa already. Just wanting to know what your whole reaction has been to the managerial search, whether you'd spoken to Carlo after he left, and how you and Dom have been treating it all in the camp.
Yeah, for me, I only found out yesterday that the manager got announced, which when it came out, I've just been solely focused on England and just focusing on one goal, and letting the Everton stuff take care of itself. And when that path crosses where we have to speak to the manager, which I did last night, the new manager, it happened. But I've just got to be focused on England and getting the best outcome we can.
Thanks, Theo. And we'll finish with Matt Nash from the Metro.
Hi, Jordan.
Hi, Matt.
Hi. Just following up on what Paul was asking you really about the debates you've had with defenders on the pitch. How heated does it get, and what is it they're saying to you about trying to play it shorter?
Yeah, I don't think it's heated as you all think. I think it's just probably my expressions are a bit over the top sometimes. But yeah, there's always pictures and there's always options on, and it's about sometimes me being able to see them maybe a bit earlier, and also probably just making the right decisions at the right time, managing the game. Seeing games out, if we've had a tough spell of 5 minutes by defending, do we need to get up the pitch? And that's all about decision making, and something I think I've learned over the last few years, and I'm definitely getting better at, you know, managing the game and making the right decision is one of my strengths.
Okay, thanks, Matt. We'll conclude it there. Thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks. Cheers. Thank you. Yeah, where's Gabriel? Does he run another round too?
I know.
Cheers. Thank you.